And
So
what's
bringing in that sort of expansion. That's
what's like if you work in office, instead of unfurling, you're furling because you're slowly starting to hunch over. You're slowly starting to become as close to the centre as you can, sort of thing, rather than stretching out and like what circus and physical and theatre and ballet dancers do, which is unfurl and be out and be stretching all the time, sort of thing. Like a lot of normal people end up in that centre of like looking after the centre, which is protecting the centre.
Yeah, and then slightly off topic, but not, because it's
it's still related.
But it's like the chemical. I remember. I'm sure you know about this. The way our body chemistry changes with our posture is amazing. Like this kind of thing of like, okay, like I'm just sitting at the computer, I'm sitting at my desk, but my shoulders are actually rolled forward, my chest is kind of collapsed, I'm like hunched inwards, like you were saying. It's like everything is going in more and more, and it's like your chemistry actually changes, and I don't know what all the names of those chemicals are, but apparently like the levels drop, so you're actually kind of making yourself like a little bit more depressed, a little bit more like insecure, a little bit more protective, a little bit more victim-y, rather than expansion and opening up the chest and kind of like releasing the shoulder blades down wide across here, tall, like narrow, feeling that grounding, that earth heaven connection, if you will. Is like increasing the brain chemistry, so you actually what do they say? It kind of like increases your like leadership side,
your confidence,
your
because,
your decision making,
because you're in that space where like I feel confident here. I feel comfortable.
Yeah, and it's like your access. You can access. I mean, there. Okay, so like. And it's going to sound a little woo-woo. Sorry, folks. Moving away from the earth sciences. But we have access to these energy levels. I mean, okay, so Chinese medicine is meridians. Ayurvedic is the chakra system. The energy center system. And I think, people have come across it. We have so many. In Western medicine, it's where all the glands are. The pineal and the pituitary and the whatever. That stuff. Those are there are kind of like energy connections in the body at those places, and when you're like expanding and you're opened up, you're giving them space to spin faster and open up that energy, which then kind of cleans you out. It gets rid of the dust and the fluff of old crap. Brings in new stuff.
I guess if you want to look at a more scientific level, you'll just let everything breathe inside of you rather than just squishing everything together, so it's harder for everything to work. You're just giving that more room to kind of go, just kind of clear me out properly, sort of thing. Yeah. I
mean, God, if you're you're like if you have like office jobs or whatever out there, it's like just once in a while, just like sit up, roll your shoulder blades back, like squeeze your shoulders together.
Stretch your arms up. And just feel the movements.
Yawn. Actually, like body yawn. Get that really like.
So good. Just a podcast about just stretching.
We just like mess around, just like curl and then arch back. Like put your elbows back behind you and look up. Squeeze your elbows behind you.
So good.
Yeah, open up your chest. Yeah. Which is, for women it's kind of like it's like, ooh, don't do that. I think women, it's like society, it's like kind of like. It's kind of commented upon, So we've learned to kind of defend ourselves in a way, So it's very unusual for women to kind of like be more confident, kind of like,
of course. Because you're more attacked, because then you're seen as a predominant like confident woman, which people want to attack for weird bizarre reasons.
Yeah, or why are you sticking your boobs out? So all these kind of people kind of going, I'm fine. It's like you have to kind of put them away because people feel entitled to comment, instead of just like walking tall and be able to
and then gyrokinesis helps with that confidence building, because it is you have a space where you're allowed to be stretching out, allowed to be
and nobody else is looking at you.
Nobody's commenting because they're all focused on themselves.
Exactly.
Because everyone else is trying to go like, Is this how I move?
Yeah, exactly. What is that little kind of? Can I actually feel my femur and my hip bone in the socket?
How do I feel it moving?
Yeah, exactly.
What's that little muscle down there?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I actually feel
just
myself
hours, just
creating
hours.
space? Yeah.
How do I shift myself to create more space?
Yeah.
Exactly. People just lost themselves because there's so much to learn yourself.
There is, yeah. I mean, it's kind of fun. You're kind of like, the teacher will kind of say something like a little example. I mean, if you start building awareness in that little level, when you're out in the world, moving around every which way, twisting, turning, performing, or walking down the street or dodging traffic, you're going to have that awareness just kind of like built up a little more.
Well, it's focusing parts where you never thought of before. It's finding areas where it's just like it's my back. It's just,
like
it's always there.
It's the Heineken of movement, refreshes the parts other systems don't reach. I don't even drink.
Oh god! The power of advertisement.
I know, right? Oh god.
So, there's something else I want to touch on. There's not very many teachers in the UK, are there?
No, there aren't. Well, there are a few in London, and actually, today is what, October 2018, right? Yeah, it's October 1st today. Yeah,
oh god!
I know, right? Time flies fast. So just today, I looked up and I saw an article from the Standard last September about how gyrokinesis is the next big thing in London. In London, in the city.
In the factory.
So there are a couple of studios in London. I think there's more gyrotonic because for some reason I think if there's a machine, it's more worth spending the money or something.
It seems more credible in that sense.
In a way.
Because there's wonderful big devices which you can see.
And you get the one-to-one treatment a little bit, and so there are some. Like there's New York Pilates in West London, and then there's a place in King's Cross, and so they have a gyrotonic studio, and some of the guys there do teach gyrokinesis too. Some really good teachers, and now I can't remember their names. Sorry.
That's okay. I can put it down in the info down below at some point, so it should be fine.
So there are a few in London, and there's me in Bristol. There is a gyrotonic teacher in Bath. He goes, the only people he teaches are other gyrokinesis teachers because nobody knows about it.
That's the thing.
So
well, I guess the last thing is that advertisement is key to a lot of things. Like the more advertised, people become aware of it.
Yes.
And then it becomes bigger, sort of thing.
I think I mean, I love the system, but I think the name is a tiny bit of a drawback. I don't think it can ever really sound cool. But you never know, because I think 50 years ago people were probably saying the same about Pilates.
Well, it could be short to just, I'm going to gyro class.
It could. I call it GK.
GK, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
I'm going to GK class.
I call it GK. I mean, there are trademark and registration things we shouldn't. We're supposed to call it gyrokinesis, all caps, Roman type, registered trademark and everything. But I shortened it to GK. Sometimes, But
well, it's just a slang word that people associate to it, sort of thing.
I think as it gets known, it's the same with anything. Like like we were saying, 30 years ago, yoga was just like, what?
What is this madness?
And now everybody does it. Exactly. And yoga was this kind of weird word from from another language that was a bit woo-woo.
Of course.
Hopefully, gyrokinesis at least has a kind of like scientific sound about it. Right?
It sounds more official, doesn't it?
It does. You know, if you're committing to something that sounds like that, then obviously you're very serious. You're not like you're not some like hippy dippy.
I'm doing gyrokinesis.
It sounds very sort of like I'm going off to University College London to do that.
I'm going to go and work at gyrokinesis class today.
Exactly.
It's going to be lots of mathematical stuff.
Exactly, mathematics and physics and gyrokinesis.
Lots of spirals.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that's something that's covered a lot.
I think it has. We've done pretty well.
I think we've done pretty well among all the sidetracking of food and it's pretty good. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, and humanoids of all ages, thank you very much for watching. And thank you to Sadira. Thank you for joining me. And hopefully we'll see you again, maybe for some other topics as well.
I'd love to. Be
fantastic.
Awesome.
That'd be great. But yeah, see you again. See you on Thursdays and Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Thank you very much, and goodbye.